just kind of take a second and chat with you guys. And by the way, let me know if you're here. I'd love to get, see your names, have a shout out or something. My goodness, it is so time for Friday to happen. I mean, look at this hair. It's like forever long. And wow. Anyways, we're going to get past the ego there and past the, that word that means that you're vain. Oh, vain. There it is. That's the word. But I'm coming to you because I want to chat with you briefly about some great questions. Great questions that came from Christopher Lochhead yesterday in a session, and they've just really continued to inspire me. And it's one of those that I kind of want to share with you, and maybe it'll challenge you, because one of the things that we can kind of get caught up in this stir crazy being in our house all the time is the mindset that how are things going to be? What is this going to look like when we're done? And I think what's exciting right now is that we have the opportunity to determine what that looks like. And the questions that I want to pose to you today are the same ones that Christopher Lochhead posed yesterday. And I think that they're just so timely. And then here's the question. If you were thoughtfully generous and radically aggressive, what would our world look like today? What would your world look like today? How would you contribute? How would you serve today if you were thoughtfully generous and radically aggressive? The second question he has, and I have to keep looking at my notes, and yeah, I know they're not in front of me, is if you were legendary and you were you, what would you do today? And those questions are just out of the mind. They're the kind of things that pull us literally out of our brains and make us ask and see ourselves in a different light than the way that we maybe have seen ourselves in the past. They force us to actually, first of all, realize that, well, I am me and you are you. And secondly, we are a part of something that is historical, that is legendary, that is going to be in the history books forever. It's going to be something that probably will be a defining moment, and we are a part of it. And yes, I mean, there's been some horrible things that have come about because of this. But there is an opportunity now for us to take some time and to ask some really different questions. On the next video that I'm gonna post, I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about what I plan on doing and how I see myself as being able to truly be thoughtfully generous and truly radically aggressive about how I can help this world out, how I can contribute back, even if it's just to one person. This isn't about me changing the world or us changing the world. It's literally about what we can do that impact one person's life. How could you impact your wife's life today? Now, we all know that Mother's Day is coming, but let's forget about Mother's Day. What about today? Because today is the only day that we're guaranteed. Today is the only day that we've been given with an opportunity to make something of it. What could you do for your child today? What could you do for the neighbors that are walking down the street? What could you do for any number of things that are literally pressing today all around us? How can you take care of yourself? If you were legendary and you were you, what would you do today? Guys, this is something that we've really got to stay focused on. And I'm going to tell you that what I hope that we can begin to change is this high concern, and I'm speaking purely for myself, this high level of concern for self, for making mistakes, high level of concern for, making a fool of ourselves, of somehow failing, of somehow falling on our face. We live in a world that's has fallen on our face and fallen to our knees in some ways, crippled, if you will, by a disease. Today, my dad has gone through a surgery. It was really just exploratory, but he's gone through 2 back surgeries, has to go through another one. But then the stress of all this had created in him some need to go in and check out his heart and make sure everything's okay in the midst of all of this. And so when you think it's bad, just know that sometimes there are people out there that could just use some good news. We don't need to hear all the rough things. There are some people who are really struggling, who are in pain, who are stuck, who can't get the help that they need. The surgery for my dad to help him relieve himself from the pain was put off because of the stuff that's going on with COVID. Now, I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but I want us to recognize that where you are, there's always something that could make it worse. And if we can't be grateful for the moment that we have right now, and it's easy coming from somebody who is sitting here with very little pain and very little suffering in his life. But I have experienced that. I've been down that road before. And I want to encourage you today to remember that you are legendary. And today you have an opportunity to make a radical change, a shift, a change of mindset in someone else as well as yourself by simply creating a different perspective, offering a different insight. And not everybody's going to love it and not everybody's going to be able to hear it. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't offer it. Anyways, I've gone 6 minutes, 3 minutes too long in my opinion, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes too long. I don't know. You decide. In any case, love you guys, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be able to continually bring you words of encouragement. I have failed to do so as much lately as I want to or should or feel the need to, because this message was as much for me as it was for you. This isn't easy, folks. This is a hard time. It's not always easy to stay positive. It's not always easy to see the light at the end of the tunnel or the silver lining, or I don't know what else. I mean, we can come up with any number of things. But today's a big day. So, guys, I want to thank you guys for showing up. Lynn Anderson, thanks for the comment, man. You were right. In spite of it all, sent we glad. I understand what you're saying. There is a long time. This is good news. In any case, thank you. And guys, I appreciate you just watching this, and we will talk soon.